While the government is working on the content of the future commitment income announced on July 12 by Emmanuel Macron, the Direction of Animation, Research, Studies and Statistics, DARES, of the Ministry of Labour has opportunely considered on a solution put in place by the previous 5-year term, that of François Hollande, to fight against the unemployment of young people furthest from employment, the jobs of the future. Read also Macron announces engagement income for young people without employment or training. Aimed at young people aged 16 to 25 with little education and from disadvantaged neighborhoods, this contract stood out from other subsidized jobs in that it introduced an obligation of training by the employer, in exchange for substantial assistance. This financial support amounted to 75% of the minimum wage in the nonprofit sector, associations, communities, etc., and 35% for businesses in the market sector, over the entire duration of the contract, from 1 to 3 years. This assisted contract was a resounding success, since it was subscribed by 364,000 young people between 2012 and 2018. But this device was quickly abandoned by the Macron presidency because of its cost, €11,000 per young person and per year in average according to a report, Severe, published in 2016 by the Court of Audit, or around €4 billion over the entire period. For mixed results, if we are to believe the study of the DARES published in early July. In order to assess the effectiveness of the jobs of the future, the Statistics Service of the Ministry of Labour studied the professional development, between 2014 and 2018, of 2 focus groups made up of around 22,000 young people. Each one has benefited from the device and the other has not. First observation. Going through a contract for the future only moderately increases the chances of returning to work, and only in the very long term. The average effect of going through a future job is significantly positive on the rate of access to employment 4 years after entering the scheme. Argues the DARES. Article reserved for our subscribers. Read also Training, France's real weak point against Germany. By this time, the gap between those who have landed a job and those who have remained unemployed remains low. 4 years later, 62% of those who benefit from a job of the future have found a new job, against 54% of those who have not. Beneficiaries. Before the end of the 4 years, the effect of the contract for the future is even negative. According to DARES, this observation is explained by the fact that young people who were not under a contract for the future had more time to look for work, and therefore found it more quickly.